Today we're here to look at the Bihui automatic cutting machine. We're going to discuss some of the features of the saw. So we want to look at the control panel of the saw. We have the power on off button, the start stop, speed minus, speed plus, semi-auto start, water pump, and laser. It has fold-up legs with wheels on both sides of the saw, so once you remove both tables, one person can easily wheel it to the back of the truck, set it on the tailgate, and roll it into the back of the truck. It will handle a 48-inch cut no problem. It also, a really cool feature is you just fill a 5-gallon bucket with water, you put the hose down in it, and it pulls the water up to the blade and then recycles it back down into the bucket. Another feature of this saw is it comes equipped with a laser. So we have these two magnets on here. These control where the saw stops at when it's coming back. So if you're cutting a shorter tile, you can adjust it to where you're not waiting for the saw to come all the way back and then come all the way forward. So if we're cutting a shorter piece, we can move it, and then after it makes the cut, it will come back and stop at this level. The one at this end is always going to, once you get it adjusted properly, is always going to stay there because the saw needs to go that far to cut. If you get it too far adjusted that way, the saw will actually come to the end and stop. So you sometimes when you get the saw new, you have to adjust this to get it to where it'll make the cut and then make the automatic return. See, when I turn this to automatic here on the end, I'm going to switch to automatic. The saw will return back here and stop where I adjusted it. To turn the saw on, no matter which mode you're using, manual, semi-auto, or automatic, you press and hold this red button here. It will turn on. C05 means it's on and in automatic mode. To start it in automatic mode, you just press the start button and everything turns on. To increase the speed of the saw, once it's running, you can use the plus speed here. To slow it down, you use minus speed. We're going to run the saw in the initial setup setting. To run this saw in semi-auto, which basically allows you to turn on each thing individually, or not use like the water if you don't want to. So you press and hold the semi-auto button after the saw's been turned on, reads CO5, and hold the button. To cut manual on the saw, you just need to make sure the saw is turned on, and then on this end of the saw you'll switch from automatic to manual. Then that frees up the saw here and you hit the start button. And if we switch it back to automatic, it'll self-park back there. This saw also will do a 45. Just loosen up here. Actually, we'll do everything in between that as well, but we're going to flip it over here. And you just tighten these back up. This is the gauge. It can be removed and used on either side. These legs can also be adjusted closer together. So go ahead and let's take it over there. We're going to move to the other side because we're going to do a miter cut here. And then this is the miter backstop here. Slides in here like so. So once you got everything locked in here, we're going to go ahead and just in auto cut mode again over here on this end, automatic. We're going to press the start button. The saw will run down, make the cut, turn off, and come back. And the saw will come back on its own, and again it's going to stop right here at the magnetic block once it reaches there. Okay, as you can see, the saw does really clean 45s. So that concludes the video of the Bihui automatic saw. Hopefully that helps you guys out, helps you make a decision on what saw you want to buy.